All right, everyone. Yesterday, a lot of people, like on Twitter and on the news, they were rambling about how Diamond and Silk were treating Congress with such disrespect. They had never seen such a disrespectful display towards Congress that didn't lead to somebody, I guess, getting held in contempt of Congress or getting kicked out. Now, one funny thing here is this. Diamond and Silk get called before Congress to testify on the Facebook censorship and bias issue. They get put under oath and they get, sternly reprimanded over and over again by half a dozen people on the committee taking their testimony. When Zuckerberg was there, did he face similar things? No. When Zuckerberg, multi-billionaire darling of many politicians as he is, who donates to a lot of political campaigns, they don't put him under oath, so he can lie with impunity, and he did. He provably, knowingly lied to Congress. He should have called him back and put him under oath and asked the same fucking questions, but they're too dumb to do that. Meanwhile, Diamond and Silk, independent commentators, the people, I'm subscribed to their channel. I'm not a huge fan of all of their commentary, but they're independent commentators. They get crucified, basically, by Congress when they go forward there, and it was all very funny, and Zuckerberg can lie, but then, of course, Congress... You do realize that you're under oath. You can be, thrown in jail if you give false testimony. It's very grumpy and stupid. But here's the thing. They treated Congress exactly how they deserved on this issue. Zuckerberg went before Congress. They didn't put him under oath. They asked stupid questions. Most of them can't even fucking send an email. He got away with his deceit because he's capable of putting on his robotic glazed soy face. That's what it boils down to. Congress totally collapsed in front of Zuckerberg when it came to holding him to account. He lied, I think it was 3 or 4 different times he objectively lied to Congress. The big one for me was data storage. He was asked flat out, how long do you store data on users that have closed their accounts? Because that's the big thing, the reason why he was testifying before Congress. In that case, fundamentally is about, hey, you're selling user data. We need to make sure that there are proper safeguards in place so you're only selling people's private info to legitimate firms as opposed to Cambridge Analytica, which is basically what it means. We don't want the Trump campaign having the data. Anyone else, it's okay. If they're Clintonian neoliberals, that's fine. But they call him forth. They ask him that. He doesn't answer. He says, I don't know. I don't know how long my own company stores user data. No, of course he knows. He obviously knows. Otherwise, he's so inept he couldn't possibly be running a multi-billion-dollar company. He lied to Congress. Diamond and Silk come forth, and they do disrespect some of these people. But look, you've got a bunch of 60, 70, and 80-year-old dudes who don't know how to send an email. They don't know anything about Facebook, and yet they're sitting there talking to a couple of people who, they know how to run a YouTube channel, they know how to run a Facebook page, they know how to run a Twitter handle, they know how to do all these things. They're from the internet era. They are internet personas. They know what they're talking about, probably better than Zuckerberg does. They know exactly how they're being screwed by Facebook and every other big tech firm because they objectively are. It's something you can observe. You can look at your analytics. You can look at fanning. I can see my fans all the time say, oh yeah, I didn't get a notification for this. Oh, this tweet didn't go anywhere because of a certain hashtag you used. And it's all very opaque, but it's obviously happening. It's sort of like Joseph Stalin era tactics. Things just disappear a little bit. This group is it's gone. There's no appeals process. We're not telling you why. It's just gone. We determined it was against our rules. Why? Who knows? Facebook didn't ban Diamond and Silk. And Congress pointed this out. And they should have pointed out something to the effect of the following. If you are prevented from actually reaching your fans with your posts, you are as good as banned. If you have 1 million fans and only one of them ever sees anything that you post, what's the difference between that and not having a presence there at all? And by the way, they tried to drag them over the coals on the issue of raising money. One of the, I can't remember his name, one of the very old geriatric Democrats in Congress was like, well, I find it funny this committee calls you forth for testimony so that you're making money off of Donald Trump tweeting out your stuff. It's like, are you nuts? The whole name of the game for somebody who has that kind of web presence is to be able to make ends meet. Yeah, meanwhile, Zuckerberg comes forward, makes billions of dollars invading people's privacy. You just sit there, you accept his lies, don't even put him under oath, you even give him a little water cushion so he doesn't get hemorrhoids because of his weird diet, which I'm sure he has. You have no problem with that. He disrespects Congress and the American people by lying through his teeth about the use of tens of millions of people's user data. That's fine. Hunky-dory, he's still our friend because he donates to our fucking campaign. And almost all of them are Democrats, by the way. You do realize that, right? Zuckerberg is a partisan. He's obviously a party. Look at who Facebook backs. Diamond and Silk come up, oh, no, terrible people. You might make $1,000 because you're giving testimony here. Terrible time. Absolutely horrible. Oh my God, because they're, they like Trump. That's really what it boils down to. It's just another layer of partisan bullshit. No, what the internet is supposed to be, in the sense of human communication, is a platform for human communication. Corporations should not be engaged in morality. They want to take their profits and throw it at political campaigns under Citizens United. Unfortunately, they're entitled to do that because they're counted as people. Despicable people. But don't drag independent commentators over the coals. It's like, I've had people, like I'll talk about Patreon or something. They're like, oh, Styx just wants money. Yeah, okay, the few $1,000s I get a month compared to the hundreds of millions of dollars a month generated by corporations that fundamentally do the same thing, only they're not independent. They do partner with groups that enslave people overseas and they run blood diamonds and all that weird stuff, and by people who support war and human misery and want to see you make less money. It's exactly the problem, is people, they attack their fellow little people and they don't focus on the real problem. It's like, oh, that lawyer over there doesn't need to make $1 million a year. Well, I'm not going to begrudge the lawyer the $1 million a year. What I have a problem with is that CEO over there made $500 million enslaving people and then faces no repercussions for taking most of that money and putting it in another country that won't really tax them on it so long as they bankroll some sheik somewhere. There's the real problem in the world. But Diamond and Silk are a microcosm of what happened with Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg gets mollycoddled. He gets handled with kid gloves. Says, oh, Mr. Zuckerberg, do you want this exclusive $500 a bottle water while you're sitting there gazing at us in a robotic fashion? Don't worry, we won't put you under oath. No, that's fine. No, we're not going to force Facebook to send a representative to come and testify under oath alongside Diamond and Silk. No reason to do that. Facebook wouldn't even send somebody to show up. It's like total disrespect for, some of their users that have a significant page on there. Now, my recommendation is that anyone who's worth their salt should just leave Facebook. Strip your page down, have links to all your other presences, and just sort of leave it there as a placeholder so that people know what the official group is. Problem solved. Don't interact with people on Facebook. I mean, most people just use it for its messaging anyway. It's a dying platform. I'm not even going to spend the time that it takes each day to share out my videos on Facebook. Gab, sure. Twitter, sure. Minds, absolutely. It'll be put on BitChute. I'll put it on Steam. That's all great. I get grave reviews there. Facebook, it's like, oh yeah, fuck you, essentially. Because you have wrongthink. You have the wrong opinions, the wrong tags, you said the wrong thing at the wrong time, you back the wrong politicians, you don't like Zuckerberg and kiss his ass enough like Congress did. There were very few people when Zuckerberg went before Congress who seemed to take it seriously. Ted Cruz, of all people, who's a rhino, he's a neocon like any other. He pretends to be a rock-ribbed conservative and evangelical. He's a fucking neocon. He's the only one who seemed to take it seriously. It doesn't make any sense. Then they're going to crucify Diamond and Silk for making a little bit of money on the fact that they're giving congressional testimony. How much money do you think Zuckerberg made by being in that testimony, going viral cross-platform all over the internet? So that people were going to go and read more about him. Maybe some of them made Facebook pages. So he might have made money. Well, nobody asked him that question. Nobody asked him because he's a billionaire who donates to political campaigns. It's so funny. And then there was a further coordinated attack in the immediate wake of Diamond and Silk testifying before Congress. I mean, they're making the point, hey, Congress is dumb. They don't even know how to use Facebook. Why are they sitting here trying to crucify us? You let Zuckerberg off the hook. You're sitting here rambling and yelling at us for making a few $1,000. Whoop-de-fucking-do. How much does Congress make? In the immediate aftermath, what happens from the more left-leaning segments of the corporate media? Oh, Diamond and Silk did a campaign ad months and months and months ago for Paul Nealon. Yeah. They did a campaign ad for a person who at the time hadn't gone crazy yet and started to ramble and rave about white nationalism. Like they're bad people. Again, guilt by association. So they got money to make a campaign ad for someone who at the time seemed like a more or less a mainstream then new right candidate. Who cares? By the way, you do realize Diamond and Silk, the black females, right? So you're going to call them like Nazi enablers too now? Okay, makes perfect sense. Then again, you say the same thing about Milo, you know, a gay Jewish dude who's married to a black man. He's like head Hitler. These people aren't playing with a full deck, and neither is Congress. That's the thing. Some of the people doing the questioning, they've got dementia. They've so obviously got early stage dementia, and yet there are people saying, oh, Diamond and Silk disrespected Congress. It's a disrespect to the American people that half those people are even in that room. And none of them are named Diamond or Silk. No, they're named Senator Bullshit and Representative Asshole. These are the disrespecters of the American people. It's disrespectful to us, especially to those of us who are young enough to know what the hell we're talking about, to let Mark Zuckerberg come up there and lie for several hours and then excoriate people who are actually independent, who manage much of their own content. When's the last time Zuckerberg managed his own content? Yeah, he does a lot himself. No, he tapes his webcam for a reason. Did Congress ever think to ask him why he does that? Oh, are you concerned about privacy online, Mr. Zuckerberg? Oh, I'm not sure, says Zuckerberg as a gasket blows out of his neck and sparks come flying out of his asshole because he's a failed Generation 2 synth. Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, it was surreal to see so many people dogpiling Diamond and Silk. You don't even have to be like a super fan of their work to know that they were being mistreated and defamed, honestly. And these are the same people who let Zuckerberg off the hook. Oh, you endangered 100 million people's personal data. Oh, that's so cute. It's okay. You don't have to be under oath. Bye, Mr. Zuckerberg. It was fun talking to you. By the way, keep those checks coming. That's why. You know, that's exactly why. That's about all. Peace out.